We are making a Primal Pumpkin Pie, and this is our third year making pumpkin pie from freshly baked pumpkin. A few days ago, I got 2 really nice pie pumpkins. I sliced off both ends to make it easier to cut right down the middle. Now, when we cut down the middle, we saw an abundance of seeds. So we scooped out all the seeds and we baked it in a 13x9 Pyrex dish for almost 2 hours. But we baked ours with about 1 inch of water as well so that it wouldn't burn. So it's finished. It's been cooling for about an hour. We let it cool before we mix it with the eggs and the cream because we don't want it to cook the eggs before we've added the other ingredients. So we are going to get started on the crust and the pie filling in just a moment. We're starting off by making the crust. And you don't have to make the crust, but we like it. One of the nice things about pumpkin pie is that it doesn't need too many ingredients. For the crust, we have honey, coconut oil, and coconut flour. And for the pie itself, we have heavy cream, honey, 3 eggs, and a variety of spices that we'll talk about in a moment. We're going to mix 1.5 cups of coconut flour with 2 big tablespoons of coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of honey. Then I'm going to mix it by hand and put it in the baking dish. So we're using a 9-inch pie pan for this, and we're going to bake it at 350 for 10 minutes. We're doing everything today at 350 degrees in the oven. I've been mixing this with my hands for about 5 minutes. I mixed in all the coconut oil and honey, and as you see, it's crumbly, just like you would have for a normal dough or crust recipe. And I'm going to press it into the pie pan, and when I do that, it should hold its shape. So you see, if I make a ball out of it, it holds its shape relatively well. And then when we bake it for 10 minutes, the coconut oil will melt and should form a nice texture as well. So just pressing it in to make sure that we get a relatively consistent thickness all the way around. It's okay with us if the crust doesn't come all the way up on the sides. We're not too worried about how beautiful this one is. In a couple days, when we make one for Thanksgiving, we will care a little bit more. One of the downsides of using coconut oil is that you can't flute the crust. This is a fluted pie pan, and fluted crusts are pretty, but that's really something you can only do with traditional pastry. So just pressing it in with our fingers. You see some nice globules of coconut oil in there. Should taste really good. While the crust is cooking, we are going to start scooping out the pumpkin. We only need 2 cups of it. And we're just going to put it into this cup and press out all of the air as we go along. Really nice texture. It cooked very well and very evenly. That's the other benefit of having water in the pan, is that it cooks really evenly. So about halfway there. Looks like we're going to have a lot of extra pumpkin, but that is much better than the alternative. Now it's time for us to mix the pumpkin puree with the spices, cream, honey, and eggs. And this is Little Buddy's favorite part because he gets to use the hand mixer. At the very top, we have nutmeg. Then just below it, right here, the nice golden color is ginger. To the right of the ginger are ground cloves. And right here, cardamom. Smells really good. Don't be fooled and use too much like I did once. Then our favorite cinnamon, and to the left of the cinnamon, salt. It's a little heavy. Use 2 hands. There we go. 1/2 cup of cream. Yeah, good job. This looks perfect. It's not burned, it's just starting to brown. That's exactly what we want it to do. And in a moment, we're going to add the puree. Use the speed a little. 45 minutes. It is time to get the pie out. I did stick a knife into it a couple minutes ago, so you'll see the knife mark in the middle, but it is done. It's delicious and perfect.
Nice.
You like it? I'm so glad. This pie turned out really well. I hope you'll try it too. The spices came out perfectly. Not too sweet, not too spicy, and totally guilt-free.